What's going on, everyone? Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and subscribe to our YouTube. All you have to do is search 3-Man Wrestling Podcast, and you'll have instant access to all things 3MWP. We thank you for your support.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the 3-Man Wrestling Podcast. I'm Steven.
I'm Alex.
I'm Chris.
And if you came to listen to three dudes who kind of know what they're talking about wrestling, you're in the right place.
Wrong place.
Possibly the wrong place, too. But we want you to think you're in the right place.
You're definitely in the right place. For sure. 100%.
This is our weekly episode. Hopefully, you listen to our predictions for the greatest Royal Rumble, because at the point we put this out, you probably would have already watched that.
Yeah.
So those are obsolete at this point. We're going to talk about some Raw, talk about some SmackDown, talk about some news, and we're going to debut a new segment, which is going to be in between Raw and SmackDown. So stay tuned for that. But you guys ready to get Raw? You want to get Raw, guys? Let's get Raw.
We're getting Rawed.
Let's get Raw, bro. So let's talk about some of the bigger things that happened.
Huge.
The show kicked off with, we should say, a Bruno tribute, a Bruno Sammartino tribute, which was really well done.
Yes, it was.
One thing WWE is good at is always those packages for their legends who unfortunately pass on.
They hit the bell 10 times, right?
Yes, that's
Yes.
the
Why
tradition.
It's just a
why 10?
tradition.
I don't know, man. It's just
What's
a tradition.
Like 10 mean? Usually there's a
Ty
significance.
Yeah.
Ty Dillinger.
It's perfect. It's the perfect 10.
But yeah, that's what they do whenever someone passes
Passes,
away. It was very well done. Good job on them. Obviously, Bruno means a lot to them. So, and everyone was wearing shirts. It was actually a pretty cool shirt. I think I want to buy it. But after that, got down to business with the Universal Champion and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's great.
Yeah, he is.
But
He sucks.
it's at a point where not even him being very captivating on the mic can make me interested in this.
You actually like him?
I love Paul Heyman has his moments
Yeah,
where he's
good.
a little annoying.
Why? You
But
think he's
Paul-
funny? You think he's entertaining?
Paul Heyman has done more good for this business than bad. So we'll
That's
put it
very
that
true.
way. He did his normal thing, reigning, defending. I talked about UFC a little bit, I think. I kind of tuned out a bit.
Kind of reminds me of Nixon from like Futurama.
I don't watch Futurama enough to get that reference.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Oh, the president, the head.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay, I wasn't sure you went by Nixon, then I put it together. Okay. But they talk about this Friday how Brock's gonna leave again as champion, but hopefully this time it's true.
As I knock on wood.
We knock on wood.
Joke's on you. This is plastic wood.
It's
Oh, God, it's
is
fake.
that vinyl? Vinyl
Fake.
finish.
It's Final Thon. Oh.
But Roman came out at one point. There was no assaulting.
And he wasn't wearing a battle vest.
No battle vest, which is good because there was no assaulting, as I said.
Yeah.
Brock didn't assault him. Roman didn't assault Brock. And Paul Heyman didn't get assaulted either. So.
Only Pepper involved.
And a lot of people were pointing out how there was a lot of people cheering Roman, so they think it might be plants in the crowd, which is always possible in this world we live in. But he kind of just said that he's coming home with the title, even if he is in shreds, like Paul Heyman mentioned.
What if he worked out a little bit more?
I'm sure he works out a lot.
Who, Roman?
Yeah.
Not enough, though.
I
Like,
mean, he's definitely not
Have
his
you
cousin.
seen The Rock? Have you seen?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. He's
the
not his
Cena?
cousin. No one could wake up at 4 a.m. like The
No.
Rock every day,
That's absolutely right. But
especially when
You
you're
know what?
traveling all day.
And function as
Cena.
as a human.
Cena's freaking tone, bro. He's not Samoan.
But Cena doesn't have a full-time schedule
All I'm saying is the
anymore.
Usos and Roman Reigns, they just got to get their arms a little more tight. All right?
Maybe down the road. Maybe when they're working part-time
What do
schedules.
you mean
they'll
when
be a
he's
little more
holding
toned.
Brock Lesnar's dead body up in there?
So
It'll
you
be
think
a-
Brock's going to lose now?
I mean, there'll be a alternate universe. Like, you know how there's
Okay.
multiple
So it's
comics?
Yeah, it's parallel universe.
Not parallel. Alternate.
So it's like the Upside Down?
No, there's no Demigorgon. Is Brock the Demigorgon?
I mean, he could be.
Yeah.
Maybe he's 11.
Maybe. He's the hero.
Yeah, so that was that.
Yeah.
I think all three of us agree. We kind of hope this is over with now.
Yes.
Hopefully, this is the last time we see Brock and Paul Heyman
Yeah.
on Raw for a while.
They need to move Paul Heyman on to bigger and better things.
What if Paul Heyman was Roman Reigns' manager?
I wouldn't mind that. I said that before. They have to.
Let's just make it clear to WWE would never do that because Roman is Roman.
Yes.
He's the big dog. The big dog doesn't need.
He doesn't need
help.
a public speaker. But
yeah, so like I said, we're gonna talk about what we thought was most important first, and then we'll go through the rest towards the end here on our Raw portion. Same for SmackDown. Another segment that I super enjoyed was the Kevin and Sammy show.
yes.
They have a new talk show.
They're naturals.
There seems to be more and more talk shows every week. And, Jericho's back in the fold. We might have, what's this show called?
Oh, Fozzy. It's called Fozzy.
Why am I
Highlight
blanking?
Reel.
Highlight Reel. There you go. So Kurt Angle was their guest. And Sami Zayn killed it. I mean, Sami and Kevin are gold together.
Yeah, they're really
so
good together.
you give them some mic time. I'm sure they had a big hand in pitching this show, too, because I'm sure they wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So Kurt Angle was their guest, and one thing I thought was hilarious was Kevin Owens, or I forget who said it, but one of them was like, Kurt, you have 5 kids to feed at home. I don't know, you gotta make sure you're doing your job or whatever. And then Sami Zayn was like, hold on a second, you forgot about Jason Jordan. No, Kevin said that, and then Sammy's like, well, yeah, so did Kurt Angle too for a long time. Which was really funny.
Oh,
And he had like the reading glasses too, which added to it. So Sami Zayn as a heel has been way better than expected.
Yo, that was a burn.
But Kurt brings up a good point. All 3 of them will be in the Greatest Royal Rumble. Again, you'll be hearing this probably after that. So,
Yes.
but all 3 of them will be in the Royal Rumble, and also Daniel Bryan will be. They have a history with him, and so will Chris Jericho. As we know,
Break the walls.
him and Kevin Owens do not have the best past, as they are former best friends.
So this should be very interesting.
So they will all have targets.
Storylines going into.
And Kurt Angle reminds him that he is still their boss.
Yes.
So he's going to make a match, and it's going to be them versus Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman.
Arguably the strongest and biggest tag team we've seen in a
Ever?
long time.
Question mark?
I don't know if it was ever, but it's up there for sure. Authors of Pain. might be the
Bludgeon
biggest and
Brothers,
strongest.
bro.
Authors of Pain weren't on the show this week.
They weren't.
Interesting.
That was
Bludgeon
interesting.
Brothers were supposed to be the strongest.
I thought it was going to be the
biggest.
Authors of Pain when they announced
Yeah,
the tag
but-
team.
They weren't.
Do you
on
think the
show.
authors of Pain wrote the Bludgeon Brothers?
Do what?
Do you think they wrote the Bludgeon Brothers?
They wrote them?
Yeah, the authors of
No,
Pain.
they wrote a book called Pain.
Yeah, do you think they wrote about the Bludgeon Brothers in it?
No, they wrote about Pain.
And the Bludgeon Brothers?
No,
Why?
no.
The Bludgeon Brothers are the king of pain.
Not right now. It's Authors.
Anyway,
They'll have a
Like
match in the future
Sting.
to prove who.
so that was a
who's
good
gonna
time. We'll talk about that match in a little bit here. After that, we saw our first in-ring action with the new tag team, or alliance. I don't even know if we'll call them a tag team yet, but alliance of Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. They faced Titus Worldwide, but Titus Worldwide, tongue twister. But before that, Drew cut a promo, which was really good.
Be. Yes.
He called out everyone in the back, saying they're all here to cash checks, and I'm here
Yeah.
to prove a point.
They don't care anymore. And
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Another shot at Brock.
Yeah, a little bit.
So yeah, I'm all in on this team here.
I am too.
This is the first time I've been interested in Dolph Ziggler, and probably since him and The Miz had that title versus career match.
Yeah.
And No Mercy a few years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
I think that was 2 years ago at this point. So yeah, so
They're doing good stuff with Dolph for once, finally.
yeah,
Yeah,
for once for at least for a time being, he's not jobbing to NXT
Yeah,
call-ups.
no.
He's helping him, and
Yeah.
then we'll eventually probably job to him when
When the time's right.
inevitably one of them turns on each other.
Yeah.
But they had a match against Titus Worldwide, and it was pretty quick.
Mm.
You know, it was a squash, which Chris, I'm sure you enjoyed seeing Apollo
Yep.
get absolutely annihilated
About time.
by a Claymore kick.
Oh yeah, I love the Claymore kick zigzag,
Yeah.
and then I loved after that where Ziggler just stood up, celebrated, and just said "count it," like he just screamed it on top of his lungs. It was just perfect.
I mean, like I said last week, Drew McIntyre is a man.
Yes,
That
he's
guy is-
massive.
He's like a Greek god
He's huge.
in theme of. We're talking about God of War a lot lately.
Yeah, we are.
On this show, so yeah. Another fun segment. Chad Gable was backstage with Kurt Angle. Throwback to when we thought Chad Gable was going to be Kurt Angle's illegitimate son,
That's true.
and it ended up being his tag team partner, Jason Jordan. But he asked how
We got a lot of
Jason-
questions answered.
Yeah, he asked how Jason Jordan was doing, because obviously he's hurt with the neck injury. So
Still.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean
gonna
it
be
is
up
a
for a
neck
while.
injury, so it's going to be a little bit.
Kurt wrestles with his.
Yeah, but he won an Olympic gold
Yeah.
medal with the broken freaking neck.
Yeah, so.
But that was a long time ago.
He's his son.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, you're right. He is technically.
So there you
Yeah,
go.
but this is different. This is a different
Yes.
world, man. WWE has regulations and stuff.
Yeah, you can't be wrestling with a dangling neck. You can't, your head one turn
Yeah.
away, floating off your body.
But Kurt makes it known quickly that he brought him to Raw, brought Chad Gable to Raw not to be Jason Jordan's tag team partner, and he sees a future as him as a good singles competitor. So, what do you know? Jinder Mahal comes up
Yeah.
from
Oh,
off
no.
screen,
Oh,
and
no.
this got a little interesting. Some would say insensitive.
Yes,
Which,
very.
I mean, seems to be the thing whenever Jinder cuts promo.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Jinder was upset that he lost his title or whatnot.
Mhm.
And Jinder was like, oh, man, I didn't know Nicholas grew up so fast. And
Yeah.
I mean, Jinder literally looked like a skyscraper compared to Chad Gable.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
So, but then,
So does it mean that Ginger's going to be fighting Great Khali?
no,
No, they're in separate stuff.
So they're one person.
maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
But then he brings up Mini-Me.
Yes. Who unfortunately
who
passed away this week.
And he even said that
Yeah.
he passed away a few days ago. Yeah, probably don't want to talk about people dying so lately, WWE.
Yeah,
That's just my 2 cents on that one.
And also, he passed away like a day ago, 2 days ago when Raw debuted.
I think it was 2 days
it was
before.
2 days before
I'm trying
Raw.
to think
So
what I was doing when I found out.
it's still a bit early.
Too
and
soon.
No,
I-
definitely too soon.
It's
That's
definitely too
definitely
soon.
too soon there.
and especially with the circumstances of his unfortunate death.
What was the line? What did he drop?
He said he looked like
He
Mini-Me.
said he looked like Mini-Me, and then he said, "Oh, didn't Vance Troyer die?"
Yeah, I
a
thought
few
he
days
died
ago?"
a couple days
I
ago.
thought he
or
died a
something
couple
like
days.
that.
Yeah, it was a little insensitive.
For a legend like Mini-Me.
Yes, rest in peace,
Could have
Mini-Me.
been a
Rest in
compliment.
No, definitely wasn't
No.
given an
He was
endearing.
no. He was using it like, "Oh, you're sure you're like Mini-Me? Ha ha ha! I'm just a Maha.
Yeah,
I
so
crossed the line."
they had a match, which was actually pretty decent.
Yeah,
We see Jinder when he's put in a match with someone who has like a higher work rate, like AJ Styles. He actually gets a pretty good match because
Yeah.
Jinder's a pretty slow, calculated in-ring person. So that's why him and Randy Orton don't really.
yeah, no.
They're like water and oil, I should say. I think that's the analogy.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had a good match. Jinder was about to win with the Colossus, but Chad Gable reversed it and got a sneaky win.
Yes.
So Chad Gable's push has begun. Good. I love Chad Gable.
Yeah, I think
Chad
he's great.
Gable's very entertaining. Chris, do you like Chad Gable? You probably don't even
No.
care. You don't care. Do you like Jinder?
No.
Why?
He's the Great Khali.
I thought you liked the Great Khali though.
Not at all. He was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I have no idea what he's saying. Hey, come on.
Hello.
Yeah. I mean, he was okay and got smart.
In the longest
Was it
yard,
not?
I love how they had to
Yeah.
use subtitles.
they used
They
subtitles,
said
right.
subtitles for Great Khali. I'm happy you're back. Now I don't have to kill you. But it was really mumbled.
Did
I don't kill you.
does he suffer the same thing Big Show suffered from?
No, I think he's just a giant dude.
Yeah, he's
I
just
think
huge.
he's just big. I don't think that's gigantism.
Yeah, Andre the Giant actually had chicken. Big Show doesn't have.
No, he does. Big Show does,
he
but
does.
Big
You
Show
gotta
got treatment for it.
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
he
he took the
doesn't-
gland out.
Yeah, so he isn't gonna keep growing like Andre did. Anyway, let's talk about the match we alluded to. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn
Mhm.
faced off against the hosses.
Yes.
That's one way to put it.
Huge.
Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. Yeah, so Lashley was in for a lot of the match, but that didn't mean Braun didn't get his licks in. A few times, he absolutely murdered Kevin Owens with shoulder tackles.
Yeah,
which Kevin Owens sold like absolute murder, which was amazing.
I legitimately thought he was going to blow himself through the barricade with the way he was selling it.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any better than that, Braun again chases after him and drop kicks him, which again Kevin Owens sold like death.
Yeah. As you should.
Yes, which made Sami Zayn realize, oh crap, and he tried to run away. But Bobby Lashley, being the athlete he is, quickly caught him. Almost pulled his pants down.
Yeah, which would have been embarrassing.
But yeah, Lashley did his vertical suplex, the stalled one where he holds him up. Held him up there for, I felt like 5 minutes. Yeah. And Sammy even sold it like it too. He was like, when he got up, he was like shaking his head, trying to get his balance back and whatnot. But he got the tag on Braun. Braun hits a running slam. They get the win. So, if they had to, which they're not going to.
Why couldn't this be the original tag team?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, why not put Lashley in for Nicholas?
Yeah, like, that would have been fantastic. The fans would have gone insane to see Bobby Lashley back.
Who knows? Maybe they'll revisit. Maybe they'll put them in a tag team match.
No.
But Chris and I both picked Braun to win.
Hell yeah.
The Greatest Royal Rumble, which, again, you would have watched already.
Bryan Danielson.
No, that person doesn't exist in WWE.
Daniel Bryan. I picked him. Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, so again, we're going to skip some segments and talk about the main event, the 10 women tag team match. It was Nia, Ember Moon, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. Oh, my brain stopped working. Riot Squad.
Oh, yeah.
Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. There you go.
You know they're victims of bullying.
Oh, you want to talk about a moment of bliss? Let's talk about a moment of bliss first.
Yeah.
I'll be honest here. I laughed.
Yeah.
I laughed too.
I thought it was pretty funny.
It's just so
insensitive still.
It's
but
so insensitive. Like,
it's not sensitive anymore.
If you're making me laugh,
it's not sensitive.
I'm okay with it.
I'll waive it this week.
Why is it
because
insensitive?
So Alexa Bliss was like telling a story about when her and Nia were friends. They were walking or whatever, and Alexa gave a homeless person her burrito bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, gotta commend her for that. It's hard to give up your burrito bowl, especially if it's a Chipotle one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of burrito bowl?
I'm sure they got extra guac.
Is it Moe's?
No, it was definitely.
Is it
definitely
Chipotle's?
Yeah, definitely Chipotle. Let's be real. They make big bucks. They don't go to Moe's.
You go for the queso.
Hey, they have queso at Chipotle now.
It's not that good.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
It's disappointing.
And she was like, I gave her, this homeless woman, a burrito bowl, and then Nia snatched it out of her hands and shoved it down her gullet or whatever while she was laughing at the person. I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know.
Yeah, and and it's not far off.
I know. Oh, wow. Yeah. More fat shaming, but.
Yeah, that needs to just. I'll give it a pass.
Nah, that's what wrestling's all about.
It is?
It needs to stop.
Yeah.
How?
People made fun of Mark Henry and Big Show for being fat.
Did they?
And then what did he do? He ate them.
I don't think that ever happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, didn't you watch wrestling? Big Show was like, oh, I'm hungry, and like destroy the guy in the ring.
I don't think that ever happened.
Yeah, it happened many times.
Anyway. 10-woman tag match. This was actually pretty fun. Obviously, no women at the Greatest Royal Rumble. And I'm not going to say again that you probably already saw it. So they got the main event on Raw. I'm sure this was probably to try to make up for that. I thought Ember Moon looked really good in this match.
She did.
She was great.
She's great.
I mean.
She wasn't the best, though.
Who was the best?
Ronda Rousey.
Okay, well, we'll get to her in a second. So at one point, Natalya got hurt. Her knee, I believe it was. So she was getting medical treatment. And then at one point, everyone else ended up on one side of the ring. And then Nia did like a stage dive, I'd say.
Yeah.
And into everyone. But she landed directly on Ember Moon.
Kind of reminds me of like bowling right there.
Bowling?
Yeah.
I mean, there was 10 people. Not all 10 people were there, but yeah. So good concept. So yeah, that pretty much took everyone out of the match.
Everyone.
But Mickie James popped back up, and she went and assaulted and injured Natalya.
I mean, rightfully so.
To which
Wrestling's all about hitting the weak. when they're down.
Ronda's music hit.
Yeah.
Which I was gonna say about halfway through the show. I'm like, oh, we haven't heard anything about Ronda yet this episode. No teasing of her appearance or anything tonight. So she came out, helps Natalia, and then Mickie James realizes what's about to happen. Very scared. Ronda jumps in the ring, armbar real quick. Mickie taps. Obviously, that also means that the good team was disqualified. The
team.
The faces. The faces were disqualified. So, heel team won, but Ronda ripped Mickie James' arm off.
So wait, the heel are the people that are getting bullied?
Yes.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, man, it does. But let's go back. That was an interesting end to the show. So
Yes,
they're going to continue the Alexa and Mickie James versus Ronda and Natalia's story, it looks like. Other things that happened on Raw. Elias was interrupted by Bobby Roode.
Finally.
They had a match. Bobby Roode is still face.
It was a great match.
Which was disappointing. But Elias did win that match.
Yeah, about time.
Roll up from heel maneuver. So he won.
Good.
We had Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the Ascension.
You pretty much can predict what happened at the end of that or who won that match.
Yeah, that was,
pretty predictable.
Not important.
Time to release the Ascension. Set them free.
One segment I really enjoyed was the No Way Jose thing.
Yes.
Dude, I was laughing at that.
They were gonna have a match, Baron Corbin versus No Way Jose, which was confusing because I'm like, oh, they're not gonna have No Way Jose lose already. But Baron Corbin comes out, he's like, hey, I'm not gonna do this match with you because there's definitely people in the side in your Congo line that's gonna help you beat me. So I'm not gonna do that. So No Way Jose is all like, okay, whatever, we'll just keep partying, and they party or whatever. And then the Congo line goes backstage and Baron Corbin absolutely murders No Way Jose.
Oh yeah, that was hysterical, dude.
I know.
No, you know what would have been great? They kept playing the music in the background while I was getting destroyed.
The happy jolly music as No Way Jose is getting obliterated.
We'll see. Maybe that's a backlash match in the making.
That's probably going to be.
Another thing that was happening throughout the show was the Miztourage.
Yes.
This
was pretty funny.
Were trying to sell themselves to new people. Mm-hmm. So first they went with Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Then John Cena.
And they said they wanted to form a new Shield. And Seth quickly said, that's going to be a hard no from me. Mm. And then later on, they go and try to recruit Finn, which, to me, this was slightly contradicting, right? They throw up a 2-sweet. They're like, oh, we'll be in Balor Club. And he's like, I'm sorry, guys. It's not going to happen.
So then they went to John Cena.
No, but here's my point. Isn't Balor Club supposed to be for everyone?
No.
That is true.
He says it's for everyone except Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel.
Maybe he just has vendetta against them.
So then those four had a match, and obviously Seth and Finn won. So,
but I don't know. I feel like this was funny for Bo and Curtis, but I feel like they can do so much better.
Yeah, I feel like everyone wants to see them do something.
Yeah.
So maybe, just maybe, they'll be woken.
Yeah, I don't know.
You always have that in your back pocket because Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt are brothers.
I forgot. What was Randy Orton's faction with
Legacy?
Legacy. If they did something like that with Bo and Curtis, not to the level, but for a few months they were solid and a decent threat.
No,
that could be nice. It'd be solid to see that they can do stuff on their own. And it
was called the Nexus. I mean, Bo Dallas wasn't in that book.
Really?
But Legacy had it Randy Orton, he had his thing with them, and they got buried by him. But they did stuff on their own because Randy taught them how to
I kind of want Cody Rhodes to come back and
I do too,
and lead a new legacy.
Randy Rhodes is
That'd be great.
Who?
Randy.
Who's Randy?
Oh my God.
Who's Randy?
You mean Andy?
No, don't even.
Yeah, so I think that was everything for Raw.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, so, I mean, this was the go home for the greatest Royal Rumble. It wasn't terrible.
No.
They did advance some storylines here. I do like the Drew McIntyre and Ziggler stuff. Sammy and Kevin show was a win. you know how we feel about Roman and Brock at this point. It's kind of is what it is. And again, they're still doing really well with Ronda. They haven't skipped a beat with her yet, so they're advancing her along quite nicely. So we'll see where that goes. Anyway, what do you guys think overall before we move on here?
I don't know. It had its moments, but it wasn't like it didn't keep me engaged that much throughout. I was trying to pay attention to it, but I was also like multitasking and doing different things, and there was not really anything that like kind of drew me back in to like glued to the screen other than like what happened in the beginning. But overall, it was like I enjoyed it. It wasn't like awful.
Okay, I want to hear what Chris thinks, because the first thing Chris said to me was, "How bad was Raw?"
Yeah, first thing we heard today when we came in was how bad was Raw.
God, it's a waste of time.
Can you elaborate on what was so bad about it?
The matches.
Why?
Every time it came on, I was like, next. Like, you know when you put like, you know when a song comes on and you're like, I don't want to listen to this right now, and you skip.
Yeah.
And then the next one's there, and you're like, not feeling this either, and you skip. And then you're like, oh wait, the album's over.
You didn't even enjoy
this album sucked.
You didn't enjoy Kevin Owens and Sammy versus Brock and
no, because they had a horrible guest on the show. It was called Kurt Angle.
I'm talking about the match.
The match.
tag team
Oh,
match.
with Braun just throwing him around and shoulder bumping him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Got some gifable moments there.
yeah, Zayn really kissed his elbow a lot or shoulder a lot. I guess that was a little fun.
So that was the only thing.
But I was still sour from all the other sour
matches. Yeah, but you said you
matches.
also enjoyed the Baron Corbin thing.
Oh, yeah, Jose.
That wasn't really a match, though, so I see your point.
But, I mean, does 2 songs on an album with, like, 8 tracks make it good?
Hey, man, it happens, but maybe those 2 songs are, like...
really good?
Like,
It's my favorite album now.
It's like,
No.
Jimmy Eat World, they have those 2 songs.
Yeah, that's true. Bowling for Soup.
Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth.
I thought you were saying, like... Anyway,
Sometimes that's all you need,
what was another good match on there?
It's what carries you to superstardom.
I mean, the 10... I mean, I like Chad Gable and Jinder, but
No,
you don't like either of them, so I don't
Jinder
expect
sucks. He's just a great Khali with more of a beard.
Yeah, so... That's that. I get what Chris is saying. So
Yeah.
We'll get into SmackDown, but we have a segment. But first...
It's new. It's fresh. It's Would You Rather.
Alright, so... I hope you guys like Chris's weird transition that he put in there.
I didn't put a transition
Yes,
in
you
there.
did.
Yeah.
So
Wasn't
this
me.
is our first new segment we're going to try out. We're going to do a couple weird things here down the road. We thought of this one. It's called Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
But it's not... I mean, your mind's probably going to go to the F, Marry, Kill game.
Yeah.
Chris really wanted to do that, but I think me and Alex definitely agreed that could be a little insensitive sometimes.
A little insensitive.
I'm just saying,
A
there's
little.
certain groups of people that would, benefit from this.
Maybe we'll
But-
do it on like on a Twitch before we get into like the nitty gritty of everything.
Oh
Like,
my
Pre-show?
God.
little pre-show.
If we
fun.
did that, Jesse would go on a field day if he was
Oh, yeah.
there.
But we're going to do a Would You Rather, okay?
But I'd rather what?
We're going to take 2
Tell me.
wrestling scenarios, and we're all gonna pick one and debate which we'd rather have. Or
All right,
just
so-
maybe not debate, but make our case for it.
We're taking 3 scenarios.
No, 2.
This time it's 2.
For-
And we're
for
making
now,
them
2.
into 2?
No, for now 2.
So we're taking 3 and making it 2. I got it.
Maybe down the road, but for now we have 2.
All right, 3.
So this time, our would you rather is. Hold on, let me get
John
the exact
Cena.
wording here. Let's get the exact wording I put out.
Would you rather
What-
be?
Would you rather get drugged and forced to marry Triple H?
Yes.
Or be proposed to by John Cena at WrestleMania only to break up a month before the wedding?
John Cena.
Why?
Cause
We need to make a case here as to why it's the better
there's no
option.
commitment issue.
Yeah, but
I'm not
they're-
drugged.
Okay, but there's a commitment. There was a commitment.
You're
and then
planning.
The issue is that all your planning and the moment that was a WrestleMania moment in
I
front
mean-
of millions of people was wasted, and now you're embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm the man in the relationship. John Cena is very feminine. If you guys watch Trainwreck,
No, but no.
No,
In this situation,
you're
you're the
not-
person
you're the
getting
person.
dumped
I'm not.
by
I don't,
John Cena.
No, they don't get dumped. I don't get dumped.
That's no.
John Cena wouldn't
you're
dump me.
breaking the rules.
You're breaking the
man.
rules.
I'm
Would
not breaking
you
the rule. I'm
rather?
just telling you how it is. John Cena wouldn't dump this. All right.
No.
He
You have
can't afford to lose
in the
me.
bounds of this situation, would you rather do that or the other one?
But John Cena doesn't stay in the bounds. If you haven't watched all the Raw episodes of him jumping in and out of hoops to wrestle people.
You're a struggle, man.
Okay.
You struggle to do
Alex, you're up.
segments with-
Alex, I guess you're up.
Would I rather get drugged by Triple H and force to marry him, or the
And you got to
John
stay
Cena
within the
one?
bounds, all right?
I would probably prefer the whole Cena scenario
Thank you.
because, it sucks that all my hours and everything of planning went to waste in like a WrestleMania moment that like millions of people saw and like we're like, oh, that's cool, is now gone. But I think everyone goes back and still cringes over the whole getting drugged by Triple H and getting forced into marriage. So I don't
Okay.
want to be involved in that.
I was
or get
gonna,
drugged.
I
don't
was
like
gonna
drugs.
pick the John Cena scenario. I had a big spiel, but I'm gonna change for the sake of the
Oh
segment.
God,
Okay.
I don't know how
Okay.
you're gonna justify this.
So
I'm interested.
I would rather get drugged and forced to marry Triple H. Cause you know why? I was gonna marry Test and he died. So you know what? I don't have to deal with that anymore. He's dead. I'm sorry, this is a little rude, but I'm going off the cuff here. I was gonna marry Test, okay, and now he's dead because he was a roid head and his heart failed, I believe.
I am
So
uncomfortable.
so that happened. So then, here's this: Triple H at the time, not even at the time, but in the future, arguably the face of the company at one point, and now look at him now, look at me now. I was forced to, but now look, we're a power couple. We run this shit. We run the show. Me and Triple H. We got our golden shovels. He gives me his golden shovel all the time, and he gets, I'm the game. So you know why? That's better than getting dumped after having a great WrestleMania moment with John Cena, and then I got dumped. I planned and spent all this money on my wedding. Now I can't even have it when my brother or my twin sister has a great marriage with another superstar who's a great dude, would never break up with her.
Who's
they have
that?
a kid. Now I'm never gonna have a kid because that's all I want. That's why John Cena broke up with me. So yes, I would rather get drugged.
John Cena
than
doesn't
forced
want a
to marry
kid?
Triple H.
John Cena wants a kid.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He just doesn't want to own it.
Then he went. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I got a little passionate
It's okay.
there because you guys put me on the spot.
I mean,
We're not gonna go this dark also in our future Would You Rathers. They're gonna be a little more
I was gonna
lighthearted.
say,
This is
We
no,
started off with
Okay,
a
I'd rather
talking
say
about
that than
banging
do F,
dead
Marry,
people.
Kill with the Riot Squad like Chris.
yeah, we're not doing that. Again, that's a pre-show game when we're getting people involved in
Yeah,
our streams.
so-
I just feel like a lot of people would get involved. That's all I'm saying. We would
Yeah,
actually have
so,
interaction on our social media.
That's that.
Yes, we
I
want
hope
to
you
start
guys
off
like
respectable, Chris. That's what we
I
want,
hope
and
that.
then
I
we
hope
can
you
lose
guys
all.
like that.
All right.
I
Would
hope
you
I
rather?
didn't- we-
Don't
no, we're
don't bring
done.
another one.
Well, next week we could
All right.
do another one. So
All
stay
right.
tuned for another one.
Would you rather listen to Cold Stone's podcast or the Three Man Wrestling
Is
podcast?
Andy Williams on it?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, probably still. Stone
You
Cold.
still listen to us.
I don't like listening to myself.
I would listen to
But I have
Three Man
to.
Wrestling podcast.
Actually, whenever
right.
I'm bored and I'm feeling lonely, I put on my voice.
Interesting. Yeah, but that
Kinda
was our
concerning
first.
there,
Would
Chris.
you rather?
Yes, we
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed. It's going to be a
See-
little more lighthearted in the future.
Yeah. Now
People are
Chris
just
is
like, they're up.
now Chris is gonna transition out of this one. Okay.
Well, real quick before he transitions out.
Okay,
Of
real
this, if
quick.
you want a specific "Would you rather" from us,
Yes.
hit us up on our social media.
Okay. That's
Tag
a good
us.
idea. Yes.
What is this?
I don't know, but we're gonna go into SmackDown now. So transition out of this. Okay.
Transitioning back to SmackDown.
All right. So we're back. It's the real world again.
Back.
Guess who's back?
What we said in that segment can't be held against us.
No, it was a scenario.
Hypotheticals.
That's not true, Beck.
You're right. That's Dan Patrick.
Dan Patrick.
Do they talk about wrestling on it?
They have wrestling questions sometimes, but it's
okay.
mainly sports.
Cool.
But let's get back into
No, wrestling,
wrestling.
it's a sport.
SmackDown.
So SmackDown. Very fun show. I
Yes.
enjoyed this a lot. And it opened up with a Miz TV segment with Daniel Bryan as the guest. But plot twist, Daniel Bryan didn't come out.
Nope. Shockingly.
He got destroyed.
No spoiler. Big Cass came out.
Oh
my goodness.
God, he got destroyed.
Chris, I have a question for you.
Yes.
This is your first real exposure to Big Cass.
And he's great.
You liked him.
Oh, dude, he's beautiful.
Really?
He's smart.
He is smart.
I don't know. Everything he said was better than Daniel Bryan.
Wow. But why?
I I don't know. He seems so confident, and he was 7 feet tall.
And
You know who
can't
else
teach
is 7
that.
feet tall? Chara. And look, he's on his way to win another cup. Okay.
Fair point. But he did again. I am very vocal about a heel that makes good points. Is someone
Edge.
I am a fan of. Speaking of Edge, Big Cass looks a lot like a taller Edge.
That's
Yeah.
true.
The hairline, perfect.
Maybe not the hairline. I was thinking more of the face.
Did he have
Facial
that
fa-
music before? It
No,
was new.
no, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
He'd have
Although I was kind of like, who is this jabroni who doesn't know how to put on a coat?
Okay, but no,
He's-
that played into what happened. Well, we'll talk. He actually makes a really good point that when he was cleared to compete,
Who?
Big Cass, when he was cleared from his ACL injury, Daniel
He came back
Bryan.
in 7 months, which is
Yeah.
impressive for a 7
Daniel
Yeah.
Bryan was cleared the same day, so absolutely no one cared about the fact that Big Cass got cleared, which he brought up. So that's actually good justification for the feud, which
Yeah.
I'm really into. Especially now more than ever, we don't really have feuds that are really justified. Cough, Roman and Brock cough.
Yes, true.
Dude, that is justified.
Shh. This is SmackDown. We're not talking about them.
I'm gonna give you
Um,
a smackdown. 3
But
seconds.
yeah, this was really good. Big Cass had me, captivated, which I'd
Yeah.
never thought I'd say for him. I'm happy that he's back because he was getting ready to be pushed pretty
Yes.
hardcore, and then he tore his ACL.
And MCL.
And a lot of other things happened to him. I mean,
Drugs.
Carmella broke up with him. His
Well,
former best friend got fired.
I mean, he dodged a bullet there, so he's okay.
Damn, dude. But yeah, Cass was like bringing up how before he grew up, he would get made fun of for being short and scrawny and stuff, and that the reason he hates Daniel Bryan is because he reminds him of himself when he was like 15 and then he grew up or whatever. So
he looked like a goat?
apparently.
Damn.
So, as Chris alluded to, Big Cass came out and he was putting a suit jacket on and like fixing his watch or whatnot, and it was a little weird. But after this Miz TV segment, Asuka and Becky are coming out for their match, and we see Daniel Bryan hurt backstage, his shoulder. So, Big Cass was the one who attacked him, and that's why his suit jacket was off. So, it's like coming full circle there.
Yeah, but it still took him an awful long time to put on a jacket.
It actually did take him a while to put
He's
the
like,
suit
do
on.
I put my arm in this? Is this where it goes?
That was a
Yeah,
little
that was
awkward,
good.
I will say.
I'm usually shirtless.
Also, I'm kind of confused on how a 7-footer sneakily attacks Daniel Bryan. That's
He
what I was
jumped him,
wondering.
man.
Basically,
Just like he jumped Enzo.
no, the way you get the
Back
element
in
of
the
surprise is
day.
you just come out of the floor.
How do you feel about Big Cass's accent?
He has an accent?
He has that New York twang.
Really?
He's from
Bronx,
the
New
he's
York.
from he's from the New
I
York.
just heard
I
dominance.
think he's from, where
What?
I just heard
You
dominance.
heard dominance? What is he
Yeah.
dominated though?
Everything. That
Wow.
conversation.
He did. Well, I mean, it really wasn't a conversation. He
I mean,
kinda
you
just
saw
spoke.
Dan O'Brien.
I've seen him many times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dominated.
Anyway.
He's from Queens.
Queens, New York.
From Queens.
He went to NYU.
That is true.
He went to NYU and realized it wasn't for him. So he went down to Florida and got a tryout contract with the Performance Center
He was trained
and
by.
earned his way through NXT onto the main roster with Enzo and Carmella.
He was trained by a very New York name, Johnny Rods.
Johnny Ross.
Johnny Rods.
And then Triple H in Florida with Enzo and Carmella. We're all from New York and New Jersey. The tri-state area is our wrestling hotbed. I'm sorry, I'm from the tri-state area, and my accent is not anything like that. I mean, it works for a heel because I feel like anyone other than someone who has that accent probably hates it.
Yeah. That's true.
Yes.
So, there you go.
Like Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
I'm gonna get my car keys.
Anyway, we'll go into this
Are
because
there
you're talking about
Boston
her.
wrestlers? I haven't heard
From
any.
Boston? John Cena's from Boston.
But he doesn't have. He doesn't have.
He's
the-
from West
the-
Newbury, Massachusetts. He doesn't have the accent.
West Newbury? Is that Boston?
It's right outside of Boston.
Yeah, but that's not Boston.
Okay, but a lot of people say they're from Boston and aren't actually from
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah.
It's just easier.
If they have the voice, though, then it means you're from Boston.
No, John Cena can do the accent. He's
He
done it
do it.
before.
So can,
There's definitely other
Rashawn.
wrestlers from Boston. Anyway, let's talk about Carmella here.
Why?
She came
She's
out.
terrible.
Chris really doesn't like Carmella,
She's
but
stunk.
I say otherwise.
I don't. I'm not a
She
big fan
she
of her yet.
literally came on the screen. I'm like, let me change the channel. Oh wait, this is YouTube. I can just close it and watch something better.
So they were gonna have a contract signing because Charlotte is having her rematch at Backlash.
Woo!
But Carmella came out first and said, last week
Why am I coming out first?
when we were
I'm
celebrating,
the champ.
I had my Mellebration, and when I played my video package, none of you gave me a standing ovation.
Why
so
are we talking about this?
I'm gonna play it again, and you're gonna give me a standing ovation. So she does. She doesn't get it.
Doesn't
And
deserve
she
it.
plays it again. She's like, "We're gonna do it until you get it right."
Ooh, that looks pretty good. actually.
But Charlotte came out after that, and I believe there was a lot of wooing involved.
Woo!
Yeah.
She slammed her head on the desk,
she
but
did
the
slam
cameraman didn't do the jump well, so you actually saw her head not literally get hit on the desk, and it was pretty bad.
But yeah, she signs a contract, then smashed Carmella's face on the table, and then tossed the table on top of her. So that's the match at Backlash. I don't know. You guys hate on her. I really like Carmella.
Oh yeah, you know why? Because you picked her and you got right.
What?
Didn't you pick her to win?
When what?
I don't know, something. She got it.
I mean, pre-podcast era, I did pick her to win Money in the Bank.
I don't know. I remember you picking her. Like, oh, she's gonna win the else.
That never happened.
You
Yeah.
sure?
I mean, that
Oh, we
tag
picked-
team match.
We picked her in the tag team match.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember these things.
Anyway, let's go into the main event of SmackDown.
Hell
Then we'll
yeah, let's
backtrack.
go. Because this was great too.
This was fun.
No, it wasn't.
We had. See, here's the question I have: why were they so reluctant to put Gallows and Anderson with Finn in their entire time on Raw? Sometimes they would, sometimes they wouldn't. But as soon as they're on SmackDown again, they're back with AJ again. They
Yeah,
always
why
put
would they?
them right with AJ.
You got fun with AJ.
But why wouldn't you put them with Finn when Finn and them are the ones that created the Bullet Club?
Because there's this guy and his name is Styles.
Yeah, and he was the second leader of the Bullet Club.
Styles sounds better. It's stylish.
We're just
I
gonna,
think I think they're too like. I think they're so little nervous to cross the boundary of the Bullet Club and have them like a full
I
scale.
mean, Corey Graves literally said Bullet Club on Raw last week.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Corey Graves
But
is
Corey
a
Graves could say
savage.
one thing and
Yo, was
WWE could
Booker
say
T
another.
back?
He
Yes.
was for 1 week only.
Which is unfortunate.
All of a sudden, I'm
because
watching this. I
he
hear
is
like,
that-
"Rrr," I'm like, what?
Yeah, he was back for a week.
Why?
And that
I
was
miss Booker
I think
T.
my headset's on backwards.
That could work.
So yeah,
Is there
Booker
a
T's
backwards
back,
for these?
and I believe that he's gonna
It
beat
felt
the
backwards.
crap out of Corey Graves, and it's gonna be great.
No, they're friends.
Yeah, it
They
doesn't
have a
matter.
bromance.
Yo, everyone has a bromance and they fight.
Anyway, main event was Gallows and Anderson with AJ Styles
Who?
versus Rusev, Aiden English, and Shinsuke.
Yo,
Nakamura.
someone needs to make sandwiches for Aiden English.
What?
Feed him.
Is he too thin for you?
Yes,
Why?
cause he makes me feel uncomfortable. I feel like if he's gonna wrestle, he needs to be one of those guys who wears a shirt.
Why?
Like you know, like
Dude, he has abs.
no, he has like albino abs, and that makes me uncomfortable. It's all about the viewer. So he should wear like the battle vest.
Not sure I agree with you. He's cut, man. He's got to show off that bod. He's just pale. He's not. If he wasn't pale, he
creepy
wouldn't look as
looking.
thin.
If he was like, okay, you know who's like a good example of being fit and pale?
Who's that?
Sheamus.
Well, he's a hoss, bro.
He's a
not
hoss?
just fit. He's a hoss.
I think Aiden English needs to take something out of his book.
I think they just have different body types, dude.
No, there's always a way. Never forget that.
Anyway, Shinsuke had a new theme,
Yeah,
Oh,
which was really
Shinsuke.
cool. Obviously, his original song had a lot of crowd participation, and he's a heel, so
Had a
you don't
guitar
want
in
that.
it.
Well, now he has a guitar in it too.
No, it's not a
It's
guitar.
new. He has some Japanese rap over it, which is really cool.
It's a ukulele.
Yeah, so, I mean, this was just a match to further the AJ and Shinsuke story, obviously, going into Friday, which is today when you're listening to this. So I keep saying that. Guys, stop me from saying that if I go to say it again.
So today's Saturday, and we're releasing this on Friday. So we're actually going back in time.
We took a DeLorean to record this.
We're
DeLoreans
just so
don't
fast.
exist.
No, they do.
Yes, they do.
They just aren't time
No,
machines.
they're not real.
But Shinsuke,
They're like their Bronco. That thing's not real.
Shinsuke got the win for his team on a Kinshasa to Gallows.
What is that?
The knee.
The knee.
He
Why
does.
did they say the knee?
Because it sounds cooler if he has a Japanese name for
No. It sounds confusing.
it.
No, it sounds a lot better than a knee to the back of the head.
Oh, that actually sounds metal.
But after AJ ambushed him real quick, but Shinsuke ended up getting the upper hand on AJ and lined him up for a Kinshasa. But
A knee?
yes, Carl Anderson gets in the way
Took
of
the
it
bullet for
to
him.
eat it for his brother, his good brother AJ. So there you go. I mean, they've, like I said, they do more with. They clearly like them better together than them and Finn for some
Yeah,
reason.
that's true.
Which is fine with me. It doesn't matter either way to me. But Anderson actually ate another Kinshasa after that because AJ couldn't help him because he was hurt or whatever. So Shinsuke stands tall going into Greatest Royal Rumble. Interesting enough. Again, guys, stop me from saying it. I'm about to say it.
Don't say it.
Yeah, so that was the main event. Fun stuff.
Yes.
But let's backtrack a bit. Let's talk about the other stuff that happened real quick. We'll save that for after because that will lead into our news. We had one of the Usos. Alex is better at remembering which one. Versus Eric Rowan.
I think it was Jimmy this time.
Jimmy? Okay.
Who's
that
the one?
sounds-
I think that's the one that's married to Naomi, right?
Female correspondent. Which one's married to Naomi?
That's the one that says I moan backwards. Or is spelled I moan backwards.
That doesn't help us. I don't know their real names. Jay?
Is it Jay?
I guess it's Jay. Yeah, I think that's right.
Where our female correspondent says Jay.
But the Usos actually won here. Or the Uso, rather, won.
Are you
Naomi
surprised?
came out and started to feel the glow.
Are you guys surprised by this?
I mean, not given the distraction. I mean, he was
It
getting
It
pretty...
was Jimmy.
Jimmy?
It was
Okay.
Jimmy.
So he was getting destroyed, and then Naomi felt the glow and started dancing, and that distracted the Bludgeon Brothers, and the Uso got the win. We had what was supposed to be Jeff Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin again, but Hardy came out, and much like last week, Orton interrupted Jeff's entrance, and Orton took the match, just like Jeff took his match last week. So the biggest thing to come out of that match was a Singh brother.
Yeah.
A masked man emerged from the crowd out of nowhere and blindsided Jeff Hardy. And then he got in the ring, was unmasked. Randy Orton, probably the best present he's ever opened in his life, was seeing a Singh brother under the
again.
mask.
Yeah.
Because that meant, oh man, I get to destroy Singh brother right now. Which he did. But that distracted Orton, and Shelton pinned Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Boo.
Another thing that happened was they hyped up Almas,
Yeah, that he'll be coming soon.
yes, and Sanity also.
Are they going to have him start losing matches?
No.
Just
I
like they
sure
do
as
with
hell hope
everyone else?
not. Oh, we didn't talk about this. What if Del Rio comes back in the
Please
Rumble?
stop.
Del Rio?
Stop.
Who's Del
Again,
Rio?
this happened already, but what if he
Don't.
came back in the Rumble?
Please. I will. I might break. I might.
That would be.
Break my
I
phone.
hope not, because that would be quite the live reaction clip right there, and we aren't going to be together because you guys have work.
I will Snapchat save when if he pops out, which I hope he doesn't, and send it, and it could be put on our Twitter.
Yeah, but we'll talk about this last because it will transition right into what we want to talk about in our news segment.
Yes.
We had the Iconics versus Becky and Asuka, which was for Asuka's first SmackDown match. I wish I could comment on this match, but I'd say like 60% of it happened during a commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Iconics actually won here, which is fun.
Yes. With a heel win.
yes.
Using the
I mean-
ropes to their advantage.
Are you upset?
No.
No, I think it's great that they won.
I like it.
Becky and Asuka actually worked well together. So
They did.
So you guys say SmackDown probably wins here, right?
This week, yeah.
It sucked, but yeah, it won.
No, I think SmackDown was actually above average this
I thought
week.
SmackDown was really good.
I think Miz TV was great. They got me to carry a big cast, which was Raw couldn't do. I like the AJ and Shinsuke stuff.
Even the Iconics winning.
I like
the promo work.
Carmella. I think Carmella's doing a great job. I think she'll have a pretty lengthy run as champion, actually. So,
Think she's gonna beat Charlotte clean?
I mean, she doesn't have to beat her technically to keep her title.
That's true.
I mean, you never know. Maybe she has the Iconics on her side.
Maybe.
They did help her win the title originally, so. Yeah, so I thought SmackDown won this week. I think SmackDown gets another win. I think they're on a little streak here, so that's cool for them.
They're closing the separation
Closing
points.
the gap there.
Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna tell Chris to transition out of this, and we're gonna talk about some news in a second. So
what I'm transitioning to.
we're gonna transition to our news segment. So
It's news time.
yeah, they in 3, 2, 1.
It's time for news.
So we're gonna talk about some news. I mean, we could have shoehorned this into the Asuka Becky Lynch versus Iconics thing, but we want to give it its own little segment here to close out our episode for this week. As we've realized over the past month or two, there's a lot of women on the roster now.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the Royal Rumble, which was as good an indicator as any. Obviously, there's a lot of legends involved, but NXT is filled with a bunch of women. A lot of the Mae Young Classic people still haven't even been on TV, and they're only going to keep signing more people. So, I mean, it's been brought up before. There is a lot of talk now that WWE will possibly be introducing a women's tag team title. Now, they haven't said whether or not it will be a Raw and SmackDown title or it will just be one cross-brand title. Obviously, pay-per-views are co-branded now, so if it was just one title, you wouldn't really have to worry about it.
Yeah, no.
Just be a matter of figuring out how you're going to build matches when people are separated. Because I'd assume most of the time it'd be a Raw versus SmackDown type situation. Yeah. I mean, just to keep everyone involved. You never know, though. So, overall, what do you guys think? Do you think this is we could list off some people who could be tag teams to start. Iconics, obviously, are probably the standouts for the tag team division, you would think. You have Alexa and Mickie James. Mm-hmm. Assuming Alexa loses again at Backlash, I believe they have a match.
If you really wanted to, you could have Ronda and Natalya.
Ronda and Natalya is also an option. Who else? You could have the Bella Twins.
Yes.
You never know. They could come back.
Ronda Rousey.
I mean, yeah, we already said.
We said her.
Ronda.
Welcome to the conversation.
Yes.
Becky Lynch and Asuka look pretty good together. You have the Riot Squad, obviously.
The Absolution.
I think that probably Ronda can be in it.
You could put, when Tamina comes back, you could put her back with Lana.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tag team. So there's a lot of options.
Yeah,
there's a pre-built-in core of potential tag teams, so they wouldn't really have to force anything on us, which no one likes in this year 2018. As a wrestling fan, no one likes being forced to watch. So obviously, you're not being forced to watch anything.
They can always get someone else.
What do you mean?
Like if they ever run out of options with tag teams, they could always add.
Well, that's what NXT's for, man.
Like they can always just add Ronda to any match.
You really like Ronda after hating on her for so long.
When did I hate on her?
You always said you don't get it
until WrestleMania, and then you saw that she could actually. Pretty much wrestle.
She sucked before that. She didn't do anything. Now she does something.
Watch when she ever starts losing, and Chris is just gonna immediately.
If she loses, then she sucks. It's just like the Brock Lesnar thing. She should never be able to lose.
Because she's an entity.
Yeah, she's the female Brock Lesnar.
That's the comparison there, but that's not what we're talking about. Do you guys think this is a good idea? Bad idea?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think there, like you said, there's a lot of women talent, and it's kind of log jammed. And this is a way to get more access, more airtime for women who are solid and can wrestle. And I don't know if they do it, 2 titles, that's great. More tag teams, more people involved. If they do it one, like I said, it's a good idea. Yeah, I think it's smart. I know they've had talks about it for the last year or so. So if it's actually coming together now, that it'd be a pretty good time to do with everything going on with the growth of NXT and like you said, Women of Man Classic, who haven't even been on TV yet. It's a good idea to get more exposure to women's wrestling.
True story. Yeah, Chris, you're talking. Were you about to talk? I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh, yeah. So sure, this is great. I mean, in hockey, you put someone with Sidney Crosby, and they're amazing. So you could just put Ronda Rousey with anyone, and they'll win their match. And I think it's great for her, and it's great for whoever is under her wing.
You could use that logic with Asuka too. You have to imagine if you put anyone with Asuka there.
Yeah, but Asuka was never going to be the female Brock Lesnar.
She wasn't going to be an entity.
She was just going to be like the Shinsuke. That was her doppelganger.
No, Asuka was the entity for almost 3 years.
She's the Empress of yesterday, all right?
Oh, wow.
That's a low blow. That's a Shinsuke low blow.
That's an iconic line right there, dude.
Yeah.
Iconic line.
They said that, dude.
Oh, yeah, they did. I was like, is that real? Because that's what added.
No, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's like, I honestly like if it was a cross-brand thing. I don't think they should have 2 more titles to fit in on WrestleMania, because then it's going to be 9 hours instead of 8.
No, like I said, if it's 1, it's fine. If it's 2, the more the better. But I mean, if it's 1, it's good as well.
I think it'd be interesting if they had just one.
It'd be very interesting.
Overarching title that they could compete for.
And are we gonna have a tag team eliminator?
Oh, there's gonna be at least one. The tag team eliminator is probably gonna decide the first champion.
That's true.
You gotta have a 8 team eliminator to face off in the finals, man.
That's true.
Can't say tournament.
No.
You could say
I don't like
classic.
tournament.
You could say classic or eliminator. No tournament. That's illegal.
Vince,
Tournament makes me think of Dragon Ball Z.
We really, we're pushing well with this tournament. A lot of people responded, I don't like tournament. Get rid of it. What do you want us to do, Vince? Put eliminator on it. I don't think that's gonna work, Vince. Damn it! I run this place. Put eliminator. Oh, okay, Vince. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
eliminator it is.
I mean, so that was like the biggest news story for the weekend. That's all we'll talk about for this news
nothing really,
portion.
Yeah, crazy.
Next week,
kind of slow.
Things. I'm sure things will come out of the greatest Royal Rumble that'll be newsworthy.
Hopefully, no injuries.
Brock might throw a title at someone again.
Vince might, get choked out on the airplane on the way back or something. You never know. Yeah,
so that's that. Hope you guys liked our new little format here.
Yeah.
Let us know what you thought.
Please interact with us.
Please. We beg you.
Don't be afraid to talk to us, guys.
Yeah.
We're all friendly. I mean, Chris is a little mean sometimes.
A little.
I'm not mean.
You're pretty
He
mean,
sends
dude.
back good gifts back.
Yeah.
To
He doesn't really talk. He just speaks in moving pictures.
He speaks in gifts.
Yeah, when it comes to Twitter, I'm the gift bot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. I mean, we'll probably do a Greatest Royal Rumble review.
Yeah.
And that'll be the next time you hear from us. So, to wait till then, and you could hear us talk to you again. And, comment, like, subscribe, whatever you do it.
Just do it.
And we'll like it. We don't judge you.
We don't.
I judge you.
Oh. See, I told you he was mean.
He is mean.
You could judge people and not be mean.
I mean,
you could judge them in a light of
them,
awesomeness.
True.
Oh, light of darkness.
True.
I don't judge people with my dark light.
Yeah, so thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Oh, I'll do that beep that our female correspondent loved.